always loved horses, and it's kind of taken over my world. I actually came into the charity after it had been established.
How long have you been running this charity for?
This year it'll be 10 years. So when I was little, I always wanted to be in a horse paddock, but I was always on the opposite side of the fence. So the really cool thing about being in here was, as a little girl, never being asked or invited or being able to come into a horse paddock, but now I have over 9,000 people a year come into the paddock, and it's the best part is being able to invite people along the fence line to come in and experience horses. They all have different backgrounds. So all of the horses that we have here have different disabilities. We've got horses in here that are 100% blind, or they have come from trauma backgrounds, or they've been abandoned in a paddock. So it just depends. So some of them, we might get a phone call to say, we've got a horse, are you able to take it? And if we've got the room, we'll happily take on a horse, but these guys stay here forever, so it's a pretty exclusive little club.
What are some of the biggest challenges of looking after these horses?
So some of the challenges, we have to rely on working really hard and having people come in and interact with the horses, but also finding the funds to maintain them. But then you've got the downside challenges of losing them. And it's going to happen to all of them, I'm sure, sometime. That's probably one of the hardest things about being here, is having to know when it's time to say goodbye.
What is the most satisfying thing about running the business?
I love that when people come in here, and quite often we'll get people who've never been around a horse and they're quite scared of the horse. But by the time they leave, they're so excited and can't wait to come back because they've had a positive experience the first time. But I think, yeah, seeing people walking out with a big smile on their face is the most satisfying.
And how do the horses feel when there's like a huge group of people?
It depends on the group of people. So horses are really intuitive. They have the ability to pick up on your energy and your heart rate. So they're either out of here by choice or they want to be in your space.
How do the horses help people who are blind and stuff like that?
We never ever rush the process. So when we have people that come in here, they come into the horses and we teach them to be very careful in their movements when they're around them. So say deja vu, for instance, anything positive that deja vu can experience from somebody approaching him, it's a training exercise for DJ. But then him coming to the person, building them confidence, because they've also got a little bit of anxiety or depression, and to have a horse that's terrified of people come and want to spend time with them and choose to spend time with them, it's a big boost for them as well. And they always sort of leave feeling that they've achieved something because they've helped a horse overcome his fear. But they don't realise that they've just been helped as well. So we've got a little pony in here called Millie, and she's very intuitive in the way of seizures. So she's able to let us know and alert us if anyone on site is going to have a seizure. And it's happened a few times, and we've learnt to really watch her mannerisms and listen to her vocalising. One of the days that we had a client come in and he struggles with the heat. And what had happened was that he came in from the front gate, and by the time he'd walked through halfway through the paddock, he'd dropped. And he was in a full-blown epileptic seizure, and Millie was beside herself. And she's also really good with detecting blood sugar levels. She's let us know when people's levels have actually dropped. It's not something that she's trained to do, it's just her. We just know them that well that we can tell just by a twitch of the ear if they're not feeling good. We've got lots of little stories, but they're here to have their stories changed.